At that right quad area. Had surgery on her left knee. Let's see. Maybe took a shot there from Jones.
Reality has definitely settled in for Paige Bueckers because she's still listed. She's dealing with the so-called illness. Now, to me, I believe they're not being transparent about her injury.
Like, honestly, when they stop talking about my injury and they just talk about what I don't do on the basketball court and what I'm bad at. And
right in the middle of game, Paige Bueckers doubles over, clutching her back. The arena goes silent. This isn't just a stumble, it's another red flag. For a player who's already fought through more than her share of injuries, this moment was heavier than most. Her season has been a stop-and-start story. Small setbacks, nagging pains, missed games, and now this back scare threatens to change everything. Fans, teammates, even the league itself can feel the tension. Today, we're digging into why this injury isn't just concerning, it could alter Paige's career and the Dallas Wings' entire future. So, if you think Paige deserves every chance to stay healthy, hit like now. Let's begin.
I'm messing up the eye makeup, I'm sorry. It's a good question. The hardest moment definitely would be sitting in that waiting room after my MRI. The doctors telling me I tore my ACL. I was pushing the ball in transition. It was probably in almost a full sprint. I didn't have the angle to get a layup anymore, so I tried to stop and plant, and my knee sort of just gave out. And I felt something. It felt sort of like a snap or a pop, or it just didn't feel right. And I went down, and I slapped the floor, and I was like, dang, it's my knee. But I got up and I couldn't really walk on it.
It happened very fast. 1 second, Paige was moving up the court. The next, she slowed, bent forward, and grabbed her lower back. Trainers rushed in. Cameras zoomed close, and you could see it wasn't just soreness. She was in real pain. Moments later, she was helped off, and reporters didn't sugarcoat it. The word they used was concerning. That single word sent waves through the basketball world. Because for a player like Paige, this isn't an isolated scare. Just in the past few months, she sat out with knee problems, missed time under concussion protocol, and even been sidelined by illness. Each time, fans held their breath.
Her sophomore season, Brechtel can't hit, 10 straight misses from three. How about the rebound from Jones? Overhead and off, out of bounds off of Stanford. It's Connecticut basketball. And Bueckers is shaken up, limping a bit.
Away.
Bueckers saying, I'm okay, thigh. Basketball, Connecticut fans irate, thought it had last hit brink as Bueckers and Edwards check in. Here is Jones, straight on three. No good, off back iron.
Now, with her back acting up, it feels like the injuries are piling up too fast. And if you've ever played sports, you know that awful feeling when your body just suddenly gives out on you. It's frustrating, scary, and it makes you wonder what's next. Ever had that happen mid-game, mid-race, or even mid-workout? That's exactly what this moment looked like. Quickly comment, I've been there, if you know that feeling. But as alarming as this moment was, it's just the start of a deeper worry.
Carried me and walked me to the training room. I think that's when the sort of real wave of emotions came in, and because I knew what it meant and how it felt, and just I had that experience before. I think as soon as surgery happened, I knew that for me personally, I wanted to have a completely different approach, completely different mindset. I didn't really learn until this injury how important it is to take care of your body, take care of your nutrition, take care of your sleep.
Paige's story has always had two sides, her brilliance on the court and the battles with her body. Back in 2021, she went down with a tibial plateau fracture and a meniscus tear. That wasn't just a small tweak. It took her out for months. Then in 2022 came the biggest blow yet, a torn ACL. The rehab, the surgeries, the hours in the gym, she fought through them all just to get back on the floor.
Yes, you guys heard me correctly, man. Reality is starting to settle in for Paige, man. Now, before we get into the content, I want to let y'all know, man, I like Paige Bueckers. I'm not making these videos to make fun of Paige, insult Paige at all. I love Paige Bueckers. I'm making these videos to remind the old guard media people, the person who y'all picked ain't quite who y'all thought she was. See, y'all thought Paige was just going to come in, dominate, do what Caitlin Clark did, even better than Caitlin Clark did it. And I'm here to tell you, we told y'all last year, Caitlin Clark is a generational talent.
But here's the thing about injuries like these. They don't really end the day you're cleared to play. Every time her knee failed, it didn't just hurt once. It left weaknesses that ripple across her whole body. The strain shifts, the balance changes, and new parts of her frame carry the load.
Take care of activating your body before you go play. I was a huge person that just came to the gym, tied their shoes, and would get right on the court. And I just love to play. So I didn't like doing all the little things that separate the good from the great. Sort of looking at it super big picture and long term, and how I want not like a 5 or 10 year career, like I want a 20+ year career. So taking care of myself and my body is what's going to get me there.
Imagine a tower built on uneven ground. It looks fine at first, but eventually the cracks start showing. That's Paige's body right now. For every comeback, another risk seems to rise. And now, this sudden back pain is like another warning sign, flashing in red. Add it to the list of her past injuries, and it begins to look like that tower might start leaning. But fans aren't just worried about her knee or her back. They're worried about what it means for her future.
Talking with a lot of different people, working with Susan, working with Hootie, working with the whole training staff and team here, they sort of helped me see the big picture and a better perspective on that. In some situations, I would skip a meal because we'd have practice or I'd want to sleep in. So just prioritizing eating and getting up earlier. Some days I start my days with Pilates, some days I start my day with rehab, and sort of just maintenance, taking care of my body in that way. Physically, I feel so much stronger than I was before. Obviously still the skinny build, but a lot more lean muscle. But I think mentally is the biggest thing. Like a lot of times when you're coming back from an injury, the mental approach and the mental block is the hardest part to get past.
It's not just Paige who feels the weight of this injury. The Dallas Wings are feeling it too, and you can see it in the standings. Losses are piling up, rotations are messy, and role players are being stretched far beyond their comfort zones.
But for me, I've worked so hard. I changed who I am as a person, as a player, and I have extreme confidence. I've also just really expanded my faith and grown in my faith. So I have extreme confidence in the path that God has for me, in the way that I prepare my body, prepare my mind, completely change my routines and my habits. Mentally, my confidence is there. There'll be times in practice where I'm still a little second guessing, going into the paint, going into crowded areas. But overall, the confidence in my body and the way I feel right now is at an all-time high. I mean, the whole journey of rehab, sitting, having to watch my teammates play.
Coaches have scrambled to fill her spot, but nothing fits. Press coverage has called it lineup chaos, and that's exactly what it looks like. A team that once leaned on Paige as their floor general now looks like a car missing its steering wheel. Plays break down, the pace slows, and opponents take advantage. Without their leader on the floor, everything feels shaky. It's not just the stats Paige puts up, it's the calm, the vision, the spark she gives them. You can't fake that. Ever tried driving without power steering? That's how tough it looks for Dallas right now. Every move feels heavier, every play harder to control. Type powerless in the comments if you feel that.
I just want her to get the same pretty much defensive factors Caitlin was dealt with as a rookie, and so far she has not, but as a recent, she has a little bit. Now, she did get hurt, man. If you guys did not know, Paige Bueckers is on IR right now, and it ain't looking good for her, bruh, because she's dealing with the so-called illness. Now, to me, I believe they're not being transparent about her injury. So, shout out to the underdog WNBA. They stated Paige Bueckers' illness went through shoot-around Wednesday.
But as rough as things are for the team because of Paige's injury, the bigger question goes beyond the Wings. The worry everyone whispers is this: what does all of this mean for Paige's career?
Having that just sick feeling of not being able to go out there and help them, and obviously a lot of people don't talk about the FOMO that you're having, just the fear of missing out. And you don't want it to be oh, I'm jealous of my teammates, but that's how it feels sometimes. And it's just an awful feeling because those are my sisters. I love them so much. I wish nothing but the best for them. And it's not I'm envious or jealous of them. It's more just I wish that was me too. I want to be out there with them. When you're going through the long process of rehab, it gets super monotonous.
When an athlete has a history like Paige's, one injury rarely stands alone. The body works like a chain. If one link weakens, the others carry more strain. Paige's old knee injuries are a perfect example. After the ACL tear, her body naturally compensated. That shift in movement can load extra stress onto the hips and lower back.
People had doubts of that he could overcome is what made him want to do it even more. So his mentality, his approach, just how much he dedicated his life to the game. And honestly, a lot of my teammates have gone through ACL injuries, have gone through major injuries. I watched in the WNBA, in the NBA, in the NFL, people coming back from ACL injuries. Klay Thompson as well came back from 2 major injuries, won an NBA championship. But I see inspiration around me every day with my teammates, and just be able to lean on them and ask them questions and ask how their process.
Sports medicine experts put it simply. Once one joint is vulnerable, the rest feel it. It's not just theory, you see it in recovery times. A tibial plateau fracture can sideline players for up to 6 months. ACL tears, a year, sometimes more. And back injuries, those can linger for seasons, with pain flaring up even after healing. And here's where it gets disturbing. Paige's personal injury history is now colliding with a league that moves at lightning speed. The schedule doesn't pause, the competition doesn't wait, and that gap between recovery and reality can make things dangerous. Let's see why that's not just Paige's problem, but the WNBA's too.
There was a lot of things that kept me going. I mean, the team around me, there was so many people helping me, between staff here, people I work with in LA, Susan, who I work with out on the West Coast as well. But my coaches, my teammates, the athletic training staff, so many other people. I mean, even the kitchen staff helping me eat, get stronger, putting great stuff in my smoothies, so I'm making sure I'm taking care of my body. Me to see how much they're pouring into me, it makes me want to work hard and make their work for me pay off.
Paige isn't just another player. She's a face the league has pinned its hopes on. Her rise was supposed to carry new fans, new sponsors, and new energy into the WNBA. But here's the catch. All of that depends on her being on the court. Star availability drives everything. Ticket sales, television ratings, even team identity. When Paige plays, she's not just scoring points. She's building momentum for the whole league. When she's out, it's not just her team that suffers. It's the entire business model. Think about it this way. One rookie shifted the direction of the game. That's power. But what happens if she can't stay on the court? Suddenly, the league's momentum feels fragile. That's why this injury isn't just about Dallas, but the WNBA's growth at large.
You're really good at internalizing your emotions, and so sometimes they felt like you were trying to hide from them how much it hurt, but you didn't want it to be a burden on them. So can you take me through some of those moments of how you just grappled with that and how you tried to be a good teammate for them at the same time?
Yeah, sorry. It's a good question.
Ever had a startup or a project lose its leader halfway through? That's what this feels like for the league right now. Without her, the push forward could stall. Hit subscribe if you want Paige to come back stronger than ever. So far, it's not just Paige who's under pressure. It's everyone counting on her to hold the WNBA's rise together. Right now, the Dallas Wings face one of the hardest choices a team can make. Do they protect their young star and rest her, or do they push her back on the floor for a playoff run? The question sounds simple, but the stakes are enormous. On one side, you have the economic pressure. Fans pay to see Paige. Sponsors write checks because she's a draw. Every game she misses is a hit to both revenue and attention. On the other side, you have her long-term health, and that's something no dollar amount can truly cover. Adding to the weight of this decision are her contract and endorsements. Brands invest in durability. They want a face who'll last, not one sidelined year after year. If the Wings gamble with her body, they're not just risking wins, they're risking her entire career arc.
As right here, it stated that she probably will be out, bro. So this is the gentleman right here that broke the story here. If I can find the original article, here we go. Let's see here. He stated Paige Bueckers is questionable for Wednesday Wings games after missing practice with the illness. Now, we know last time we seen Paige Bueckers, man, she was getting defended like the Dark Knight, bro. I just gotta be honest, bro. They had a wall.
Some fans are calling for her to push through. Doctors say the smarter move is letting her fully heal. And in between, the Dallas Brass must decide which road to take. How this decision plays out could define her career and maybe even the league's. So what's next for Paige Bueckers? The path forward depends on choices made today. If her team and doctors put her on a smart rehab plan, rest, recovery, and careful load management, her career could still burn bright for years. She has the talent, the fan base, and the drive. All she needs is the time to heal properly. But if the pressure wins out and she's rushed back onto the court too soon, the risks multiply. Lingering injuries have a way of repeating themselves. And each comeback cut short chips away at a career that could have been legendary. It's really two futures standing side by side. In one, Paige becomes the star who overcame the odds, lifting Dallas and the WNBA to new heights. In the other, she becomes another story of what might have been. Everyone is hoping for the first, not the second. Paige Bueckers' back scare isn't just another scratch on the injury list. It's the flashpoint in a long pattern of knee problems, near misses, and health setbacks. The stakes couldn't be higher. Her personal future, the Dallas Wings' hopes, and even the WNBA's momentum all rest on how this moment is handled. So here's the real question. Can Dallas protect their golden rookie, or will this injury turn her story in the wrong direction? Drop your take below. Type "Protect Paige" if you want her health first, or "Let her hustle" if you think she should fight through. And don't forget to subscribe for every update.